I'm thrilled to, I guess, get out of that, I think, hopefully pretty healthy. You know, the exhibition games are what they are. It's a chance to get out here and, I guess, get some jitters out. Hopefully we got those out in the first half. And, you know, we get down to the business of the season. So, that's all I got. Yeah, I just think we were, you know, didn't make shots. I thought we tried hard. I thought we came out. We played really hard. Obviously, you know, we could have gone into the game and picked up full court and pressured them, and you know, and taken like the fool's gold approach. Yeah, but we tried to play mostly just half-court defense, even three-point line and defense, and just tried to work on some things. You know, defensively, you know, obviously, you know, we had some trouble with their stretch four today. Good learning opportunity for a Cook. You know, because playing that four spot, you know, especially in the non-conference games, especially in the bye games, you can be playing against small teams like that are going to spread you out. And, you know, so we got a kind of a decent look at that. But, you know, other than that, you know, kind of these exhibition games, man, you're just trying to get out of here healthy. And now it gets real.
Kind of rely on Kristen now to get you going until the other guys kind of come along a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get us going earlier. You know, the senior guards, you know, these guys are you know, they're our best players, and they're senior guards. They're experienced. We need those guys to give us, you know, really high-level games every time they step out on the court. So, you know, the expectation is not, you know, for those two guys to have a good half. Those guys got to put together, you know, really good full games starting on Friday.
Yeah, I know that Isaiah worked hard over the summer to put some weight on and kind of accepted that challenge that you laid out for him. Does he look like just a completely different player than he did last year?
Yeah, I mean, his whole body has changed. You see it. He doesn't look like the same guy. You know, he made, you know, we made an adjustment with his shooting. Just it worked with him on his technique a little bit. You know, so obviously that looks good. You know, and he is an athletic player, and you can see him just defensively. You know, he's in the right spots. I mean, he brings a lot of value right now to the program. He could, you know, he's a really good backup for Josh. You know, he's, you know, hopefully, especially because, you know, we struggled some at the four today. Obviously, it'd be hard to play him and Josh against some of these smaller schools that we're going to be playing in the non-conference. You know, but against, you know, people like Florida, you know, you get a chance maybe to play him at some four too, because he can step out and make some shots, and he's, you know, he's decent with the ball away from the basket, decent enough.
His transformation, is it all what he did this summer, just putting in the work? Or?
Yeah, I mean, he was great last year. He never, usually, you know, you could see it all. You could see it on a guy's face during the course of the season that they're, you know, guys that are in a limited role, that they're super frustrated and that they may have one foot out the door on you. But he never really showed us that side of him. So, I mean, he worked hard all of last year, you know, and then once I met with him postseason last year, he's been shot out of a cannon ever since. And, you know, and the shot looks clean too. He's got good. I mean, what he did today was real. You know, in terms of the way he was able to be effective.
Cook, there's so many aspects to his game, inside, outside, shot blocking. You know, where part of his game right now, Dan, is mature, and what part of it isn't? And how do you grow all that at once?
The most mature part of his game is I would say is like the day-to-day work ethic and passion for basketball. You know, like he doesn't cheat us or himself one day with his efforts. You know, and that's a skill, right? I think that's like one of the top skills you could have. I think the challenge for him is he's you know, he's so talented, and you know, he's such a kind of a talented, long, kind of athletic, freakish kind of guy. It's like just trying to find just those couple things that you want to focus on to be an expert at. Like defensively, you saw his rim protection today, but you also saw him give up 4 threes against a guy that he shouldn't have been able to even breathe against. So it's, and then at the offensive end, I think he's going to make threes this year. We'll use him as a cutter, and he's got some ability to play in a straight line drive. But what I think you'll see with him during the year, Jeff, is like a guy who is going to start off like, I think, making splash plays, and splash plays on offense, splash plays on defense, big-time dunks, big-time blocks. And then once we get 10, 12 games in, we're going to be like playing him off the elbow and ISOs. Like we'll figure out what to do with him on offense. But right now he should be a defensive freak for us.
Did Jalen obviously respond with his ankle? Is it just
Yeah.
still coming along a little bit?
Yeah, today was like the most live he's probably gotten in. So he was rusty and not very assertive or aggressive. But it's also really, again, this was probably his 5th time with us. He sprained that ankle pretty early in practice. So he's literally, he's probably around 90%, 85, 90% health-wise. And then he's also, he's missed about 20 practices. So that's hard to overcome for a freshman. So even a guy like James, if we went into a, game today and James was available, James would be relatively sharp out there because, he hasn't missed practices.
Any update on James's status?
No, same. Stay tuned, I guess, for that.
You decided to redshirt Richie. Is there a particular reason why?
No, that was not our decision. We were hoping that he'd be available to us as a qualifier. He ended up being deemed non-qualifier by the clearinghouse. So, but with Richie, it was always a, I think with Richie, would have been the 3rd big behind, would have been the 3rd big behind Isaiah at the 5, because he's probably not ready to really get minutes at the 4 yet, potentially at this stage. So, he would have been, we lose the 3rd string center and a guy that, maybe you would have tried to push Sid for some minutes at the 4. So, but Richie was a big-time future investment for us, and Richie's going to be a big-time player.
It seemed like the plays were kind of slipping all over the place out there. You noticed the flows were extra slippery?
Yeah, in between screwing things up as a team, they were slipping. But yeah, I mean, listen, I got my hands full just, year 2 of getting this thing back where it needs to be. Got my hands full there, so I don't. But the court was not. It wasn't good today. You didn't even let me finish. No, I'm sorry. What did you say? I didn't hear you.
And you paused. To build off what you said, having your hands full, to
Yeah.
what did this game open your eyes to?
I mean, nothing. I mean, it's nothing really. I mean, I just, again, you go into the exhibition for me, I mean, if I had my choice, I would play 2 close scrimmages. I'd do a blue-white game. For me, I don't, the close scrimmages, it's a real game. I mean, we played in spurts today. I guess you get some of the butterflies out, but you could do that in a blue-white game. So, we got out of it healthy, and now we could just lock in on Sacred Heart, like lock in on an opponent. There's no scouting involved. We didn't call a play. I mean, we didn't even throw the ball to Josh. I mean, and we didn't even care. We wanted them to just kind of play ball, not put anything on film, stay healthy, hopefully not have an embarrassing moment which was trending towards, I think, when they cut it to 8. But, you just want to get out of there without anything real bad happening.
So you throw this game film away, Dan, or do you watch it and use it as teachable?
No, yeah, we'll watch it, but it's just not applicable to anything that we're going to see from here on out. It's just, and Eric I got a lot of respect for Eric or any of these types of exhibition games we could play, but just, it's over. That's the best part of it. Now we could get ready to go play games and just get locked in. Now, it's like now we get a chance to play for something, to pursue things. There's nothing to pursue today besides nothing.
Do you have any, I hate to sound like a baseball guy here, do you have any early metrics on the three-point shooting? It wasn't very good, and there were a lot of open shots. Is there anything with the distance, or is it early in the season? Or I know you have the scrimmage and this.
Yeah.
Are some guys better at the little distance, or
Yeah.
what's your kind of early read on it?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to have that big of an impact. On us, I don't think, because like we don't exactly have tight toes to the line 3-point shooters like Christian, Tyler, Al, Brendan. Might affect a guy like a Cook, but we were 8 for 19. I believe we're 8 for 19. Phil versus Harvard, and that was an appropriate number of threes that we took. They came inside out, and we're going to make those. Today, I think we took 12. We took, I don't know, I think we took we were trending towards taking 40 threes for the game, going into the second media timeout or the third media timeout of the first half. It's because we were taking long, rush threes. So I think we'll be fine. I think the three-point shooting for this team this year will be, I think will be a positive for us, even with the new line.
Coach, you guys finished on top, but you were down 26-25 rebounding at the half. What's your takeaway from that?
That we were just missing a lot of free throws. We were missing a lot more shots than them. We were swatting at the ball. I mean, they had 7 offensive rebounds, like 7 dead ball. Like where we were just swatting at the ball. Just weren't going and grabbing it. I mean, I thought at times they out-hustled us to a couple, in the second half, which that's not going to show well on tape. That'll be uncomfortable when we talk about that. But, I think we got a chance to be a good rebounding team. We should be, because we start 6'8", 6'9", 6'9", 250 across the front line, So we have enough size to be a good rebounding team.
What's it like having Rylan back for another season?
Rylan, it's a great kid, man. That was a cool thing to be a part of out there. And that's not like Tariq Gilbert and LaRib and, and the team and, showing up at his Little League games and the amount of time. That's like a real, true relationship. That's a real thing. That's not like some fake thing that we put on display and then nobody knows each other once we, public relations crap. That's like a real thing. And, it's a special bond in particular between Al and him and LaRib, who works in the office, and all the players. Thank you.